Am I on? Ladies and gentlemen, here I am, back of a stone wall that adjoins Mr. Wilmot's garden. From here I get a sweep of the whole scene. I'll give you every detail as long as I can talk.
I had very little notes and even less preparation.
I have selected as the title of my remarks tonight, "The President and the Press." Some may suggest that this would be more naturally worded, "The President versus the Press," but those are not my sentiments tonight. For the press had already made it clear that it was not responsible for this administration.
You know, the dishonest media, they'll say,
Nevertheless, my purpose here tonight is not to deliver the usual assault on the so-called one-party press. On the contrary, in recent months, I have rarely heard any complaints about political bias in the press, except from a few Republicans.
they have a professional obligation as members of the press to report honestly. The fake news doesn't tell the truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most terrifying thing I've ever witnessed. Wait a minute. Someone's crawling out of the hollow top. Someone, or something. I can see peering out of that black hole two luminous discs. Are they eyes?
I want to talk about our common responsibilities in the face of a common danger. Two requirements of direct concern, both to the press I refer first to the need for far greater public information, and second,
Never underestimate the people.
no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news.
And I want you all to know that we are fighting the fake news.
If the press is awaiting a declaration of war, then I can only say that no war ever posed a greater threat to our security. Are awaiting a finding of clear and present danger, then I can only say that the danger has never been more clear.
A few days ago, I called the fake news the enemy of the people, and they are.
Heavens, something's wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another. They look like tentacles to me. There, I can see the thing.
But I am asking the members of the newspaper profession to re-examine their own responsibilities, to consider the degree and the nature of the present danger, and to heed the duty of self-restraint.
Up sources. They're very dishonest people. In fact, in covering my comments, the dishonest media did not explain.
Our obligation to inform and alert the American people.
I am only against the fake news media or press. I don't mind bad stories if I deserve them.
No president should fear public scrutiny of his program.
Against the people.
Scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary.
Donald Trump is a horrible, horrible human being.
I'm not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people.
Let there be no more sources.
Not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors.
We have to fight it, folks. We have to fight it. They're very smart, they're very cunning, and they're very dishonest.
We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive.
This is the most extraordinary experience. I can't find words. I'll pull this microphone with me as I talk. I'll have to stop the description until I can take a new position. Hold on, will you please? I'll be right back in a minute.
That is why our press was protected by the First Amendment.
It's a very sensitive topic, and they get upset when we expose their false stories. They say that we can't criticize their dishonest coverage because of the First Amendment.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert De Niro.
Who uses it more than I do? But the First Amendment gives all of us, it gives it to me, it gives it to you, it gives it to all Americans, the right to speak our minds freely.
I'm going to say one thing.
Criticize
Trump.
Inform, to arouse, to reflect, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger. So it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
In finishing, I say it doesn't represent the people, it never will represent the people, and we're going to do something.
Something happening. A humped shape is rising out of the pit. I can make out a small beam of light against a mirror. What's that?
Due to circumstances beyond our control, we are unable to continue the broadcast.